From Vegas to Okinawa, Wildman digs up the fascinating past. Our Tim Estiloz has more.
Don Wildman, host of Cities of the Underworld, welcome to Backstage. Now, you're entering your third season of the show. You've got to be pretty excited about that.
I am. This season is a totally unique experience for me from a production perspective, and I think it will be for the audience as well. We made really a collective production choice to get riskier and deeper with the show. I go down a lot more tunnels on my own with a lot of night vision and SWAT camera stuff. It's a more underworld show than even last year's Underworld.
Look at this, stuck in the mud. Carefully, I remove. These are old bullets. So you know you're walking on top of bullets and grenades and then God knows what kind of ordnance in these places. These are unexplored tunnels, and that's why you have to be careful.
Every major city in the world, and I mean ancient ones as well as modern, have an enormous underworld beneath them. I mean, it might be an engineering story, maybe an American story would be that, but here in the ancient world, I'm in Istanbul right now, you find that it was more of a problem to demolish cities, pick them up and carry them away, then build a new one, than it would be to fill the old one in and build on top of it.
Now, people are always fascinated by stories about World War II. This season, you're going to Okinawa to explore some of the tunnels there.
Some of these other tunnels are closed off. Oh yeah, here we go. But I got permission to take a look down in them. Yeah. Look at this place. All this below me is all basically the runoff from rain. You know, this is 60 years of mud that I'm standing on.
Okinawa was the last stand for the Japanese army, and they knew that if they lost it, we'd be on our way to the home islands. So they had dug themselves in for months before we had arrived there.
How deep are we here?
From the top of the hill, from where we are right now, about 90 feet deep, and we're about 70, 75 feet from the side of the hill.
And this hill suffered intense bombardment.
Oh, yes,
and yet
most
there's no damage down here.
Right.
No damage from the bombardment, but I see these holes over here. What is this?
He says this is hand grenades.
So hand grenades went off in this room.
Right. What he says, there's 3 ways that they're committing suicide. Hand grenades, and they'll pull the pin, strike the top, and hold them by their stomach or the side of their head, and this is what he said this is.
The reason that so much life was lost on both sides was because of the underworld, because these guys had used the cave systems, the subterranean systems, so effectively to hold us off. I mean, eventually we win, at great cost. That's the story we tell from that perspective, from underground.
And what is this one here he's cleaning off?
This is supposed to be a death poem written by Admiral Oda right before he died.
No kidding.
So it's tradition before you commit suicide to write a final death poem. So we believe that that's what his death poem was.
And what does it say?
Basically, it comes down to die for the emperor is the highest honor.
Now, what I found fascinating about this show is that certainly we expect a lot of these ancient cities to perhaps have some of these hidden underworlds, but you have found some pretty interesting things right underneath Las Vegas.
This vault is almost never seen on television. It's known as the hard count room. Hard count refers to coins. Soft count is paper money, dollar bills. The money travels down from the casino's 2 upper floors in special service elevators with restricted key access. The number of access points and the exact thickness of the walls and ceiling are a closely guarded secret.
Now you're really at the heart of the matter.
Gambling goes back to the 30s, even the 20s, and probably beyond that in Las Vegas. And they would use, in those older casinos, some pretty shifty techniques to move money around. I mean, basically, you try to keep money off the books. Well, the best way to do that is to drop a bag down a tunnel and have somebody run off with it.
Before getting banked, the hard count is stacked in a storage area. As much as $300,000 flow through here each day.
If I'm a cheat and I come to Las Vegas and my mouth is watering, I'm standing among stacks of money. Almost $100,000 on this wall alone. Right. And this is just one of your vaults.
What have you enjoyed most about this whole experience? I mean, you get to travel all around the world, see these very fascinating places, Tell me what it is that attracts you the most.
The consecutive places that I go allows me to have a perspective on the world that is truly rare. I mean, not just from a historical standpoint, from a cultural standpoint. I experience the world on a day-to-day basis, like a rock band would, I guess. Here I am in Istanbul. It's great. Last week I was in Cairo. Well, so I get a perspective of the world that most people don't have.
Don, I want to thank you for joining us. It's called Cities of the Underworld, and thanks for that special pleasure for us having you live from Istanbul, Turkey, and good luck on this season's shows.
Thanks a lot.